Hi, everyone. I'm Natalie Richardson, your Senior Director of Training Development here in the U.S., and it is such a treat for me today to get to come to you with someone who is a dear friend of mine at the home office, and that is our Director of Compliance, Rebecca Beecham. And we have decided to come to you with what we're going to call our Compliance Connection, because we don't want you thinking of the compliance department like the principal's office. They are here to help you. They are kind of the stewards of our business to make sure that we're all within the guidelines that we can maintain a long-term sustainable business. So we're going to come to you so you can see just how friendly and helpful Rebecca and her team can be with a series of short videos that will follow this one. So we look forward to providing this information in these quick little tidbits, but you still want to check out policies and procedures. There's a compliance corner in Market Partner Academy. There's a great compliance top 10 document and some other longer webinars for more in-depth information, but you definitely want to make sure that you are taking part of those as a supplement to what Rebecca and I are going to share with you. So Rebecca, take it away.
Hi, Natalie. Thanks so much for getting together with me. This is going to be a nice short presentation where people can learn a lot. I know market partners love to talk about how much money they can make. We need to talk about why we cannot discuss earnings, why we don't tell people how much money we make, or what somebody else has made. We need to talk about the safe ways we can discuss what a difference their earnings have made in their life and the opportunities available for new people.
Exactly. And I know this is a sticking point for a lot of people because they want to know why they can't say what they make, why they can't show their checks when that's the truth. That's what they made. So we need to understand why we don't want to do that.
Right. So one reason is basic advertising laws. Once you start promoting a product, you must follow advertising laws. Remember, commercial speech is different than freedom of speech. And all your posts about MONAT count as advertisements. So income claims for our industry is what captures regulators' attention. They frown on market partners talking about money. As the average person who sees what someone else made, they can take that as a guarantee that we're saying that's how much they're gonna make. And there is no guarantee how much money someone can and will make in the business. Most companies have gotten into serious trouble with regulators, come from complaints about market partners making two types of income claims. One is hard dollar.
So when you say hard dollar claims, you mean things like when they say, well, I made $375 last week, or I made 5 figures last month, or even they're proud of their uplines. They're like, my SED made $115,000 last month.
Exactly. And number 2 is lifestyle claims, which for a while in the industry was okay to make, and now it is absolutely not okay to make lifestyle claims.
So when you say lifestyle claims, things like, oh, I just paid for a new yacht yesterday, and these are 2 that even caught me was I retired my husband and I quit my full-time job. And you even pointed out to me that those can be construed as much larger dollar items and a guarantee to somebody that we don't want to make.
Exactly. One person's corporate job is $30,000 a year, and another person would be $150,000 as a corporate job. So that's why you steer away from any type of lifestyle and income claims.
Well, I'm so glad we're talking about this too, though, because, when I was a regional sales director and even in my role with training, oftentimes have talked to people, when it was so tempting, that slide, that infamous monthly income slide that people would share. And it was so exciting because who wouldn't want to think about making 6 figures a month or those things? And I always caution people, though, to think about it as, first of all, you don't ever want to downplay the hard work and effort that you guys are putting into your business every single day to make amazing things happen for you and your family. But the other thing to keep in mind is even though many of us have heard the stories, the success stories of people, and we know that many of those big dollar figures are achievable, they're not always believable to somebody who is considering the business. So you could talk somebody out of it if it sounds too good to be true when you're leading with all these grandiose, oh, 5 figures this month, 6 figures, you know, those kinds of things, you know, that would be great. We need to be realistic though. And I always encourage people to drill it down to a simple question, which is this: what amount of money each month could make a difference for you and your family? And you work from there rather than the grandiose, great big things. So that's kind of my thing is don't undersell or don't oversell the benefits and the hype, and don't undersell the work that you guys put in to make your businesses what they are.
Absolutely. So you must be wondering, what can I say?
Absolutely. So sharing what the business has done for you, and you've got some great examples that you shared with me, Rebecca.
Yeah. What about saying how this opportunity, how you're able to spend more time with your family, that you have an at-home business that allows you to work as much or as little as you want during the hours that you want.
Yes. Or things like, I was behind in my mortgage and now I'm current. I was able to contribute to my children's college fund, or my grandchild's college fund, my niece, my nephew, or even, and this is one of my favorite ones to see regularly, are people that say, I've paid off my credit card debt. Not specific amounts, but things that make a difference in your life.
Yes, absolutely. I have paid off credit card debt several times over my lifetime, and it's a big impact for a lot of people.
Yep.
So what about people who used to not be able to go on a family vacation, and now they can say, we're now able to afford a family vacation, or vacations plural. One of the big ones at Christmas time is, for the first time, I was able to pay for Christmas presents and pay for them in December. No debt going into the next year. Celebrate rank advancements, not the dollar amount. Rank advancements are bigger than the dollar amount. That's you making a lifestyle change and accomplishment.
I love that. It is not about the money. And, you know, it's exciting. Those bonus checks, you know, we know that they're exciting, but again, back to being realistic, celebrate what you did. I hit the top of their career plan, or I am in the top 2% of our career plan. Those kinds of things that talk about your effort and your achievement without a dollar amount. So we definitely, though, want to point out that if someone wants to know how much money can be made, you need to use MONAT's full official income disclosure statement with the required disclaimers for the applicable US and Canadian markets. Please don't create your own and only use pieces and don't post on social media. It's too much information. I think I kind of beat that up a little bit, but we've provided that for you to try to make it easy. You know you're covered when you use what has been shared by the company. And it covers you for sharing those great things in your life and your business.
This information is all very important, but we need your help to keep your business and MONAT in business.
Yeah, so you can help us by looking, taking a few minutes to look over some of your social media posts.
Look for any comments you've made that state how much money you or someone else made.
And if you've made them, that's okay. We all make mistakes, and when we know better, we do better. So you can either take them down or edit them, and then going forward, making sure you don't post anything about specific earnings.
Okay, now the next step is also very important, because we know everybody's not watching this video. So what we want you to do is get in touch with everyone in your front line and ask them to watch this short video and do the same thing.
Absolutely. So we told you we'd keep it short, so we are going to wrap it up, but we are excited to come back to you again very soon, and we will be sharing tips on product claims and product comparisons in our next session of the Compliance Connection. Rebecca, thank you so much for connecting with me and our field, and for doing what you do to keep us all safe and on the straight and narrow path.
Thank you, Natalie. See you next time.
Thanks.